Hello everybody and welcome back to the new VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're checking out some cool new VR game releases. There's a new AAA VR studio on the way. It looks like the Quest version 37 update is coming with some serious bugs. Apple's VR headset is getting delayed, and it looks like Google's entering the XR arena with an AR headset codenamed Iris. Like normal, there's links and timestamps in the description, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Kiwi Design, one of my favorite sites for VR accessories. They just released some brand new Quest 2 hand straps that'll give you that Valve Index feel and allow you to completely let go of the controllers. They also have plenty of other accessories like controller weights for those of you who work out in VR, cable management systems, and my favorite accessory, their super durable and extra comfy Quest 2 Elite strap. There are links down in the description, and don't forget to use discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support this channel. Okay, so I'm going to start this video off a little bit different than normal with a really quick first impressions for some titles that released last week. First on that list is the JRPG Sword Reverie. Sword Reverie is currently available on Steam in early access. This title has some great graphics and truly nails that comic book atmosphere, but it's still struggling with some performance issues and combat could definitely feel better. For now though, it's a title to wishlist and definitely keep an eye on. Now another Steam early access release is for After Dark VR, which is basically a Dead by Daylight clone, and while it has some bugs and definitely needs some work, it is an absolute blast to play. It's quite creepy and pretty darn intense. If you don't mind dealing with some bugs, and you're a fan of Dead by Daylight, you might want to pick up this game with a couple of your friends. I don't recommend picking this title up alone right now, because there's no player base. And finally, we had the big PCVR release of Hitman 3. Unfortunately though, it's quite janky. Currently it has all the red flags of a bad flat screen port, including no left-handed mode, odd throwing mechanics, button presses to crouch and grab ladders, and some pretty wonky physics. Now before you start screaming about how lazy the developers were, you need to realize this game was not built for VR, and it's kind of like putting a square peg into a round hole. There's going to be a ton of concessions made along the way, and some games just don't translate properly. Jankiness aside, this is a huge game to explore that a lot of people are still having fun with. Okay, I hope those quick overviews help you make some purchase decisions, but for now, let's jump into this week's release schedule. First on our list is the JRPG-inspired rhythm title Blast Beat. Blast Beat is currently available on Steam and has you battling 7 different bosses with hard rock, metal, and EDM music blasting, and your heart pounding. This is an intense, calorie-burning experience that'll have you punching, squatting, and dodging enemy attacks. So if you're looking for a rhythm title with a much more action-oriented theme, go check out Blast Beat. Now our next title is the highly anticipated VR MMO Zenith: The Last City. It's coming to PCVR, PlayStation VR, and the Quest this Thursday, January 27th. I'm currently working on a video for this title, which will be available before the game releases, which will give you an overview of the title so you can find out if it's right for you. A lot of people are going to love this game and find it quite addictive, but at the same time, it's definitely not for everyone. Now I'm also planning to live stream the release, so make sure to follow this channel if you want your questions answered live. Now also releasing on the 27th is another rhythm title, Avicii Invector. Now this was originally a flat screen title that released over 2 years ago, featuring music from the late DJ Avicii. Now I did get to sample this in VR and the visuals are taken to a whole new level. The gameplay is very similar to Thumper, but the music is a lot more chill. It's a fun title if you're just looking to zone out, but the harder levels also get quite competitive. Okay, that was this week's release schedule, but we do have more games and updates to talk about. We just got a new story trailer for the beautiful looking puzzle title Unbinary. It's your job to audit the super artificial intelligence that controls the planet Earth. The main instructions you're given is don't ruin everything. I can't make any promises there, but I definitely want to check out this game, which is rapidly approaching full release. No official release date just yet, but if you can't wait, you can pick this up in early access. Next up is Wooorld, coming soon to the Quest. This is a multiplayer social application that combines AR pass-through mode with Google Maps. Mark out some real-world space, invite a friend, and then go check out some 3D locations from around the world. If you haven't experienced Google Earth in VR, I highly recommend it, and this app just takes it to a new level. Speaking of taking things to the next level, we have another fitness app coming to the Quest. Les Mills Body Combat is coming soon, featuring martial arts inspired workouts. With 30 workouts ranging from beginner to advanced, you'll be boxing your way through multiple exotic locations as 2 separate coaches help motivate you. I'm currently 3 weeks into my own personal VR fitness challenge, and I will say applications like this definitely work. How this title stacks up against the competition, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so we just have 2 quick game updates before we move into some much bigger topics. First up is some huge updates to my favorite sim, Vtol. Vtol has recently added both co-op and PvP online multiplayer modes, and now they have a new helicopter DLC. For $10, you can add the AH-94 attack helicopter and bring a friend along for the ride because this ship is co-pilotable. That's right, someone in the rear seat can take the controls or just help you rain down some fire. Vtol is an absolutely amazing title, and I'm glad to see it get some new updates, just like our next game, Until You Fall. It's been over a year since this game has received any updates, and I was under the impression that Shell Games was just done with it. Well, they just recently teased on Twitter that update 1.3 is coming, and the future is Keon, which I just don't know what that means, but more information is coming soon. Speaking of coming soon, the studio that brought us some amazing titles like Fract and Phantom Covert Ops has announced a new studio dedicated to AAA VR games. nDreams Studio Elevation aims to be at the forefront of the new wave of VR innovation by creating deep, immersive, and engaging experiences that take VR gaming to the next level. Now, this is exactly what we need. When traditional AAA studios take a crack at VR, they usually fail stupendously. But a studio with a proven VR track record that's taking the initiative to grow along with VR will definitely release some exciting new titles. So I'm definitely looking forward to their first major release. And speaking of releases, it looks like the Apple VR headset might be delayed until 2023. This is according to a recent Bloomberg report, and their track record is usually spot on. It appears that Apple is experiencing challenges with overheating, camera, and software issues. I'm personally unsure what to think about this headset. We only have rumors to go on, claiming it's a super high-end $3,000 product with an 8K display and numerous cameras, focusing on communication tools and media consumption. If that's the case, I'm not sure who's buying this, but I really want to see some high-end competition in the XR market. Let's just hope Apple gets this product back on track and we get a kick-ass new headset. Now, not to be outdone, Google is also supposedly developing their own AR eyeglasses, codename Iris. There's supposedly already 300 people working on this project, with an expected release date in 2024. AR has some truly unlimited potential, but it's taking a really long time for anyone to do it right. Years ago, the company was trying to develop the Google glasses, but the concept was just ahead of its time and the hardware couldn't match it. Let's just hope this past experience allows them to develop a product like they've promised in the past. You know, those features like a Google Maps HUD, on-screen text messages, and instantaneous translations. I'm sure eventually those CGI presentations will become reality. Okay, so our last story for today is version 37 for the Quest and all the new features and bugs that are coming along with it. For starters, I just want to remind everyone of the very unique manner in which Meta rolls out their updates. The update will start the release on a specific day. However, it is randomized to when you will receive it. It usually takes a week or so before everyone has the update, and oddly enough, new features that usually come along with the update are enabled at a separate time. To give an example of this, when version 28 released and included the new AirLink feature, your headset might have received the version update, and if you checked your system settings, it said version 28, but you still didn't have access to AirLink. Why and exactly how Meta does this is unknown, but this is how updates roll out. As of making this video, I am still currently on version 35, but many of you may be on 37. Now, the new features in version 37 include hand tracking shortcuts. You can pinch your index and thumb together to open up the quick menu. Plus, there's now support for additional keyboards, and the keyboard tracking SDK is being made available to developers so they can add keyboards into their applications. Some of the menus are getting an update, and we also have the first iteration of Horizon Homes. This allows you to move around your home space, but you can't invite people just yet. There are a few additional updates here, but for me personally, it's an update I could care less about. And to make matters even worse, many users are already reporting a ton of new bugs. There's clarity issues when using Link, custom home spaces are now broken, some users are reporting performance issues, and hand tracking not functioning at all. This is one of the major frustrations with Quest updates. They have a tendency to introduce features that not everyone is interested in, and at the same time degrade the experience for multiple other users. Also frustrating is the fact that we're not all getting the same experience. Why some people are getting these bugs and not others on a device that isn't really customizable doesn't make any sense. These Quest updates always tend to be one step forward and one step back. While it's awesome they keep releasing new features, the most common use case for the Quest is gaming, and no update should impact that experience. A previous update left my Quest 2 in a sorry state for an extended period of time, and I really hope we don't see that again with version 37. Okay, everybody, that was today's new VR news. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and as always, I will see you guys on next time.